Hey guys, it's me, it's Constance with Charming Custom Crafts, and I'm here to show you volume 3 of my mother's journals for her patterns and designs for crocheting, knitting, and sewing for her quilts. Ever since I was a little girl, ever since I can remember, she's always done this, and I'm envious. And if you guys watch what I do, it's not everything I do, but I have not been very good at sewing, and it's not that I can't do it, it's just I don't have as much experience. So in the coming weeks, you're going to actually get a chance to see me go back home, and I was lucky to go home a few weeks ago, which was kind of like a good thing. Well, it is a good thing because I don't get a chance to go home, so that was the first time, minus my grandmother's funeral in 6 years, I got a chance to go home. But this one in a couple weeks is more of a gift to my mother. But also a gift to me because my mom is going to work with me with sewing, which means I'm going to make her do some lessons for you guys, and maybe some tips, and maybe some crocheting too, because I'm just starting to master the third stitch. Just don't have enough practice. But I'm hoping I can also convince her to help work on making floor rugs, because she used to make them when I was a kid. Though usually if you're really doing one right, it takes unless you got a lot of time on your hands. With 4 kids, it would take her a year to make one that was like 6 foot around. A lot of work in it. Matter of fact, she doesn't even take them out anymore because it's too hard on her to clean, and they're heavy. But you know, I'm hoping to get to that. So this volume, third in the volumes of the 6. So three out of 6. This one is for May and June. I love it if you guys have been following volume 1 and 2. Again, a lot of the stuff is very similar, design wise, geometry wise. It was fun to a point, and then when you start working on it and you start putting things together, it gets very intricate. A lot of times most people only do one album. This is why I started this March of last year in 2015. And it was actually, I believe, the day or the weekend I put our house up for sale. We've now been living here, I think we started moving in like around this time last year into what I call a tuna can, because it's the smallest place I think I've ever, well, second smallest place I've ever lived in, and we're like literally packed. I need to show you pictures of my craft space. I wouldn't say craft room because I'm kind of like in the middle of everything, and I feel bad because normally my house is like really, really clean and I don't have anything out. Might have a little cluttered here and there because I got kids and animals, and yeah, I got a husband. Let's put that into the category. But it is a it is not so bad living here. Let me put it that way. It's small, and it's not something at my age that you expect to have something small. And it's not really hot outside here in Florida today. Oh my God. Hey guys, if you're on my personal Facebook page, you guys would have enjoyed, I'll post a picture here behind all of this, we work the Bucks football games, and yesterday was their first home preseason game, and they kicked some butt, which was very hard for me. I actually went live a couple times on Facebook, but it's hard for me because I'm kind of stuck in the middle, because I'm actually from northeastern Ohio, so the Browns play a big factor in that, though half of them are Browns. The other half is Steelers, and then you have the southwest corner that's the Cincinnati Bengals, which tend to be the best, NFL team in Ohio. I'm gonna leave it at that. But I am from the Dog Pound area, so from the Dog Pound area, and though I haven't liked the Browns since they got rid of Bernie, so that was like 89, 90, somewhere around there. So I haven't been a big fan of them. Plus, right now, guys, I'm sorry to say this, but the Browns has the Buccaneers' old quarterback since the one we had before Winston. So, yeah, they can have him. He just sucks. So, last night just proved why they suck. He sucks. Not necessarily Browns. There are some good players on. But we played against the Browns, and this was here at Tampa at the Raymond James Stadium. So, I'm sitting like in the middle. Kind of like we're in a trio type thing, because then there's the Browns, that's for back home. And then we are Steelers fan. Wait a minute, let's go Browns. Let me go this way. We got the Browns, Steelers, and then we work for the Buccaneers. So we're like centered between them. And then I saw this little bitty cutie pie who had the cute little shirt on. He's absolutely adorable. I'll blow up the picture of the shirt, not of him, because he's a child, but he was so stinking cute, and his shirt was adorable. And again, you know, we sit in a trifex of vortex of, okay, don't go one way or the other, but we're wearing one shirt. We have a brand on for another one, and okay, you kind of get it. Anyway, so we had a little fun yesterday. So usually I videotape a lot of my videos the day before, or at least I try to. So I was trying to put a package out every day, but I was insanely crazy busy because our stuff was nuts. So my mom, sorry, you're going to be like 2 packages, 2 days behind on packaging. It's because I was sending her one every day since I couldn't get them all done in time. I have 3 more volumes here. The next one will be volume 4. It's July and August, and then the 5th one will be September, October, and then the 6th one will be November, December. And again, they're all beautiful. They all have unique touches to them, but they're all very similar. So I've already talked long enough, and I know a lot of you enjoy it, but there's a lot of you that don't, and people like to teeter on and off on the page, which, you know, hey, I get it. I could get very boring and very repetitive. But anyway, I want to get this done, even though the mail has already run. I still would like to drop this off and then do another one tomorrow, so at least she gets, you know, packaging. But I will probably break this monopoly up of the series, the 6 series volumes, and post her birthday card for tomorrow's share. Just so that you guys don't get bored too terribly much with the volumes, so that there'll be a breakup. Anyway, so this is May and June, which I think is very pretty. Again, it was binded by the Zutter binder. I use basic texture paper from Walmart. I know a lot of people have like this thing with designer paper. I can tell you that I don't think it makes a difference with watercolor paper. I don't think it makes a difference with certain cardstock. I've done a little experimenting with it, so I don't think so. And I can tell you from stamping and having all the stamps, personally, I don't think it's any different than if you having a good printer. I have learned, though, whether you print or you stamp, it is best to wait 5 days for that ink to set into any paper, because they all bleed. I've seen nothing but problems with bleeding. Some markers are better than the other. Anyway, there is no markers on any of this. And again, if you've been following, I am sending some white gel pens to my mom. I have a 3-pack in here somewhere. I put it over here. I don't know where I put it, but it's right here. And this is because there's pieces and parts in here, if you haven't been watching, that is just additional bonuses if she wants to use them or if she doesn't want to use them. So it is a personal choice. And I'm hoping this isn't sideways. Let me double check. So I hope I fixed that, because I don't know if you guys were sideways or not. I think you were, so let me turn you. Okay, so I probably messed with your head, so I'm sorry. Anyway, let's get back to May and June. I'll just splurge, smash, converge, whatever. Vortex it. All right. So anyway, so this is May and June. Now this is graphic 45 paper thing. This is Time to Flourish. And on the front and the back of each one, I used my last big piece. And I made sure when I was cutting and maneuvering my paper that I tried to have one of the cutest pieces where it had good details in it. May is very pretty. I have a couple of favorite months, and I can't wait to see a lot of them in their fall for me. And I'm born in January. My mom's is August, but August is not what I thought it would be, but I think my mom's going to really love it. It came out, it's a really pretty month. If you guys not seen Time to Flourish, it's a beautiful paper set. And I went ahead and went with the flower theme because my mom has had flower gardens, but I usually used to take care of them because my mom's allergic to a lot of the flowers. That's why ever since I was a little girl, she likes silk flowers and satin flowers. That's why you'll see me do my melted flowers for my mom. She's getting to where she's getting a big vase full anymore. I haven't done a lot lately, but you know, I did do some when I was back home to her. So anyway, let me get going. Of course, I have the Tim Holtz corners. I went ahead and used all 3 because I like the idea of the uniqueness. So that was month 1. That was month 2, or volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. And of course, these are the Tim Holtz angle corners. These are, and I put these on to protect the corners, obviously. And then I use the black binding. Each book is 8 by 9 with the covers. And I did that because I based it off, and I wish I would have kept that one. I found this old album, and I showed it in the first volume, part 1, volume 1, where I actually bought this cheap little old, you know, photo album at a thrift store. I think I paid like, I don't know, $1 for it. But I didn't buy it for the cover, though the cover's great. I can use it for something else. I actually wanted it for the pages because I thought, oh, well, I'm going to do it in black. A lot of times graphic 45 looks more amazing with black. So it just centrally focuses on the beautiful print that they do. So I thought, oh, this is great. Even though they're older, it'll actually work to where the black in the back with the clear would work. But unfortunately, when it came down to putting them together, I couldn't find it. I'll try to shoot in a picture here of what little craft space I have, and I keep saying I'm going to get to it, and something always happens. I don't have to tell you guys, ladies, that, I mean, we all have that issue. Anyway, let's get going. I did use craft paper, like it's like paper bag material, if you guys do not know it. If you don't have craft paper, go get you paper bags, because it's damn near the same thing. So, you know, Walmart paper, $5 for a 12 by 12 stack of black. That's textured, and then craft paper. And again, if you're not near one, ladies who are just starting out, you'd be very amazed on what is out there that you can use. And like I said, I could have a lot of fun in your house setting you up a craft room by what you have in your house, and you probably don't even know it. So anyway, I used my Brother Scan and Cut, of course, to do the designs and the patterns. And I went with designs first and the patterns second, because she'll design and then make patterns, or she's amazing. She can look at something and just make it. It's just, I don't know too many people who's ever been able to do that. So if you open it, of course, if you've seen them all, they're all pretty much the same. I do have the Tim Holtz stencil. Stencil. They're like paper clips, but they're little stencils. They run 1 through 9, but I use 1 through 6 because there's 6 volumes, so there's 1 in each one. And then, of course, I use a Teresa Collins, and this is like a matte gold pop dotted words. So I use words in each one of them to represent each month. So for me, it's fun because everybody's getting ready to get into the fun of the summer. And the way I try to do everything different on each one. So the way I did this is I used a craft paper to look more like a, what the hell is that? A clipboard. I don't know why I've had a problem this week with saying that word. But I also did it where you can, here, I'll show you. It's sticky. You can use up underneath here. I don't want to pull too hard because this thing's sharp, but it's so that she can use it in multi-areas and multi-uses, and she can use underneath this. And I don't want to mess this up. There we go. So third represents the third volume. And of course, I ended up going and getting a recipe book and using these because I went to go buy them, and they were a lot more expensive. Plus, I had a coupon, so I worked with what I had. So there's 3 in each album. And of course, if you're watching, a lot of them are similar. A lot of the basic design elements are, and here I ended up putting some little touches for my mom. These are like a yarn ball and knitting needles. So I have the Tim Holtz clips here, but I want to showcase, as I was telling in, I think, volume 2 video. I think I forgot to mention it in 1. I think I mentioned that yesterday. But I used hot off the presses dazzles in each corner of each one, and I will show you the one on the next one. But, you know, these are just leftover. Well, not leftover. I made like 4x6s, or I took 4x12s and then folded them in half and scored them. I scored them and then brandished them. I'm telling you, I had a long last couple of days. Justin is not doing well, and I'm going to leave it at that for now. I'll do an update on that later. But anyway, I took some of the little card phrases and I matted them with coordinating paper that went, so you can see where the purple goes with it, or the lilac. I think that's more lilac. Sweet May hath come to love the flowers, trees, their blossoms dawn, and through the blue heavens above, the very clouds move on. It's a little dramatic. Nah. I ain't no romantic no more. I don't have a husband this way. Yeah, they only romantic until they marry you, and then they're just done. I'm serious, ladies. If you've been married long, you know what I want. I mean, anyway, so all of them on the inside cover here all have a 5x7 piece on this side, and this is just so that she can use it. Again, when you see black in the craft paper, the black texture and the craft paper, it is just extra inserts. Some of it's just more or less for you because of the fact that she's going to be putting her own stuff in it. And these albums are already about this thick now. This is why it went from 1 album to 2 to 3 to 4 and then to 6 albums. But these are just fillers. They're for you guys, but it's also for her to reference the size for if she's cutting and measuring to put inside of it, like pictures, her notes, so forth, so forth. So I was using some of the tags and then matting them and then gluing them on. These are 2x2s for photo corners, and they're diagonally cut, and then they're just glued on the side. Now, again, I use glossy for a lot of the paper when I'm trying to get to something that's going to last a lot longer and it grabs faster. Not so much faster, I'd say, but it grabs better. The fibers just kind of stick better together. So there is like a journal card. They have 2 sheets to this to the 12 months that they have. So you get the one with all little tags, borders, and journal cards, and then you get the one with the print, for example, like with this on the front here. So this one came with it, and then I used a coordinating backing paper to mat it, and then I ordered the cards extra, and you'll see it very similar to something else here that I'll show you. And again, this is that 4x12 that I was referring to. Not all of them are decorated, but at the same time, you know, she's going to get gel pens. If she uses them, she don't. And then please remember that I made it to where some of the pockets are very deep, and I could show you how deep and how big that these pockets are. And this is so that she can put like a big pattern or whatever she has in it. So if you flip over, and you've already seen that, you go to this other side here, and again, they're pretty much all the same. It says, if mom says no, just ask grandma. And I'll see if I can pull that up for you guys. Right? I had to do that little kit for my mom. So it says April showers, of course, bring May flowers. And then this is really pretty. These are some extra pieces on that second sheet that comes in the pack. And it has that same little phrase that's here. And I just love, love, love how they, it reminds me of a bluebird's nest. And it's just because the flowers are, is it bluebirds? Blue jays. What am I saying? Bluebirds, blue jays. Robins have blue eggs. That I know, because my sister's name is Robin. We used to use her all the time. My one sister, my youngest sister. She's 4 years older. And then it's, you know, got a good pocket here. And when I say 4 years older, she's my youngest one. I have siblings from 4 to 26 years older. So, again. Anyway, so on each one on the other side here, on each one of the pages, if you ever saw that, I was doing them all differently. This one has a little bit more intricate lace. It's very pretty. And this is just so that it can be used like a belly band. This is a cream color to coordinate with the cream and the paper. And this is just a basic little piece of paper that I put in here, and I double matted one of the tags. And yes, ladies, again, I could have done ribbon, I could have done twine, but it would have made it too thick. It's a reason why I did not decorate and add anything to the spine, because of the fact that she'll be pulling them on and off when she does her patterns or when she shows people her patterns. So I didn't want to go overboard with it. I've tried to keep it simple. Like I said, all this stuff like this and over here are just fillers. Choice things, but also helps her with measurements of how wide she can go by using them. So on here, I just have a little sticker that coordinates. It says grandma. She has a grandma. Adam's in heaven. There's Adam, who's in heaven. There's Josh, there's Joseph, there's Jeffrey, there's John Brandon, there's Justin, and there's Kimberly. Adam, Josh, Joe, Jeffrey, John Brandon, Daniel, Kimberly, Justin. So she has 8, 7 living. God has the other one. He was 2 months and a day old when he died. I don't want to get into that. It's really harsh. Anyway, so at the top you have, on the inside, you have the month of May, and this gives it open. Now she could still use a black pen with that. She can use a white gel pen, which, by the way, these are the ones that I highly recommend. I buy the 3-pack. These are gel rolls. Gel roll 8. I don't know if you can see that. I've used a variety of different ones, but these seem to work really well, especially on black paper to look like chalk. But I used the postage stamps down here. I'm going to move a little bit faster here because my husband went out with my daughter to get an oil change. So here we go. Here is the little words love. This is a little touch. Like I said, some of the stickers and things, if you're listening in all the videos, I just added little touches. And it's made with yarn. So again, you know, there's just little personal touches on stickers. I did not go overboard. I thought it would be too much because the paper's overpowering. I mean, the Graphic 45 does gorgeous paper. Pardon me. You really don't have to do a lot to it. This is why I don't buy the coordinating print paper that goes with it. It's too much. The paper, to me, is just gorgeous. It's highlighted and matted with this lilac, and it's beautiful. I don't want to take away from that print. So that's just me. I mean, everybody's different. And I'm an abstract girl. Sorry. I'm an abstract girl. I love abstract, and before it was Entangle or it was doodling, but I grew up abstract, and I love to do the abstract. I'm more of the person who likes to design the abstract, but, you know, I'm not that type of modern in my home, but people love my work. I just don't do it like I used to. I move too much to do anything anymore. So, I mean, we've been here 6 years and we're just waiting on orders between now and we'll probably move sometime by May at the latest. We're just waiting for my husband to get promoted. So we got to find out in February, March. He's up for Lieutenant Colonel. We have 23 years in, and we started enlisted at E2, so we're there for many, many years at that. And I've lived in 9 states, moved 16 times, and I've been to 28 states and 2 countries. So the 2 countries don't really count because it's Mexico and Canada. Though my husband's probably got like 14 countries behind him. He hasn't been to Canada. I got one, he don't. All right, so here's another card. Again, this is one of the ones I bought in the pack. And the paper, again, is gorgeous. I just love it. And if you can see, when I was using my geometry on it, I made sure that I added extra room into the big pockets so that you can literally, I mean, I can put my fingers in here twice to give extra, depth and width for her to put stuff in it. And of course, on each one of these that you'll see where I have like a ticket here, they're matted at the same time I have them. I use, I got hair on it because I might, no, it's not, it's paper. But I use this double face tape roll, and I happened to get a bunch of them one time at it was a dollar store going out, and it was like 75% off. I got like 12 rolls, and I got home and I thought, man, I should have bought them out. And there was like 60 of them, and I still should have bought them because I use this. Very rarely do I actually use the pop dots because they get very expensive. So you can cut these in a variety of shapes. And then, Scotch comes out with their own too. So anyway, moving on. This is sort of a yarn crochet theme for me. And then, of course, she has a place for her to do any journaling that she likes. And then again, in between the 2 months is another sleeve for pictures, journal notes, whatever she likes to do. And again, there's another 4x12 that was bone folded and burnished in the middle. And I do everything to where there's always a way for her to tuck something inside. And another tag where it was matted. And then on the back I did nothing. Everything just depends. I didn't want to overwhelm anything because of the fact that she may or may not be using them. And it's, again, probably more of done for you guys. And then I take the last of the coordinating. I think there was only 1 month that I ran out of actually coordinating paper. So I took the rest of the paper here, just put it down this way for a little decoration. She can always put a picture in here. And then took one of the circle and embellishments, paper embellishments. And I did it's a 3/4 inch. And I punched a 3/4 inch and craft paper, and I just stuck it on. Now on the side here, if you can see, and I did it with a tab so that you can pull it, there's a pocket. As I was showing in the other ones, there should be a pocket here. There's a pocket here. There may be pockets in other places. I haven't played with it in a while, but I do know that there's an extra pocket. I try to make extra pockets. If you guys follow me, you know that I'm famous for putting hidden places. 95% of the time I put hidden stuff. And everybody has asked me why I do that. Well, if you're anywhere like me, ladies, and you didn't get into it until your kids were older, I have literally, let me see if I show you. This is nothing. That's what I need to go through and pull out. Okay, these are like baby boxes over in here. But I have boxes and boxes. I have like these two. Those are my husband's like baseball, football cards. These 2 boxes right here are all the love letters I wrote my husband. Oh, hell, I might as well show you. This is my craft space. It's messy. See, I'm trying to get to it all. But this is my desk. I actually got this desk at Big Lots. And I got my settlement from my ex. Wasn't that bad? Nice. Anyway, so moving on. I will get into showing you and explaining all that later. Again, I'm still getting there. I don't have to tell you ladies that every time you say you're going to reorganize, unless you literally stop your life and do it, it doesn't happen. Anyway, we're going to move on to June. June is a beautiful month. It's known for roses and weddings, so it's April, May, and June, and then like September, October. I don't know, I was married in February. It didn't matter what month I got married in. I didn't think it was important. All that mattered was being married. But anyway, they're all pretty much the same. They've got the month, the days of the week, so it gives you more places to write, to journal however you want. On this one, I put little shakers on of purses. Let me see if I can show you. There, so this one's a little shaker. I'm going to pull it over. It's a little shake. Can you hear it? Okay, so this one's got a little shaker purse on it. And then the flowers are gorgeous, just coordinating colors. I find these little stickers, and I went through all of my stickers that I thought would be something that mattered to me, that also she would have a memory to. So with me, you know, my other family members too, but it was more, you know, this is for me to my mom. And then of course, let me pull you back down. Of course, I have one of the clips. And again, here is hot off the press Dazzler, sticker Dazzler. I like them, but I don't go out of my way to buy a bunch of them because I'll end up buying too many of them. And I have a habit of buying too much. What you guys saw is my stuff's now starting to be nitty-gritty details, and I'm still going to probably pull out about a fifth of that. Okay, so pulling back down. Again, I use scrap paper with the last of the coordinating paper and the last of the paper that I had just to do a little detail. Here's a little arrow tag, journal tag here, and it goes right at the top. Now she can, again, this is just optional stuff that she wants to keep on here. She can. I put it in there to fill it, for her to have size measurements for whatever she'd like to do with it. Her choice, not mine. I love my mom, but, you know, I have to give her some, you know, space. She gave me space to get married and have children, so I guess it's her choice. Now, if you open it up, of course, you got, you have the chipboard here, and I always make it to where you can just lift up and put something underneath. And I measured all of these to 5 by 7, so each one of the volumes has, for each month, has a 5 by 7 piece of craft paper. And then, of course, I did the corners in 2 by 2s and cut them diagonally and used, of course, again, glossy accents. And then, of course, here's a journal piece that again, it's just, there's so many great things about some of the, I'm not a big fan of their entire series of collections, but there are some that you just go, oh, there's just, it's, the print is amazing. It's amazing. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm watching Poor Bride's Wedding, whatever. Hopefully I can get this stuff. Anyway, so we have, let me record it. I don't have to worry about it. And I record this episode. That works. All right. So anyway, we're going to keep moving here. Here's the journal cards that are beautiful. They do, when they give you the sheets with all the borders and the tickets and the little journal cards and the tags. I'm not always a fan of having a lot of that in just thin paper, because thin paper is good for background paper and that's about it. You can't really use it on a machine to cut because it's so thin, and even with the bullet die cutter that is out there, which is extremely expensive, it goes as thin as tissue paper and it goes as thick as certain metals and leather. It's just, one, the machine's really expensive, even the cheap one. But two, it's just, you have to be more serious than that. And what are you going to do with something so thin as tissue paper that you can't sit and hand do, like, you know, origami? So, you know, you can't cut it on your machine. Your machine will just rip it up. So, you know, she's got, oh, you know, there's that extra month I was looking for. Da, 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 da. I knew it was around here somewhere. Thank you. Anyway, so here is June's card, and they're beautiful. These were additional ones. You'll see ones that are actually with the series that are built into this, but these are the additional ones. And again, I love some blank. This is 4 by 6. It's a 4 by 12 that was scored and then burnished. And then you've got, of course, there's Father's Day in June. It's very pretty. May had Mother's Day in it. I don't know if you saw that. There's pieces in here that says Mother's Day. But it just, you know, it's beautiful stuff. This one to me just fit my mother as a whole. A lot of ladies out there, you guys know that when you quilt, a lot of the fabric you look for fillers are either geometric, basic designs, or flowers, because they really do a punch additive to it. And it's why I did that, plus my mom does a lot of that. So closing up that and moving on, if you go to this side, of course, it is similar to the other ones. It's the design aspects are pretty much the same. You know, this is always the same. And if you could see that the journal cards that were single in here, they're exactly like this, but they don't have the round corners. And again, I could have done that, but at the same time, I have to look at, when I was working this together, do I want to put that much detail into something that I need to keep simple because of the fact she'll be moving stuff in and out? And I can be extremely detailed if you guys have seen my albums. It's just for my mom's purposes. This is kept simple, and for those that are out there that are new in scrapbooking, this is an easy one. Though the design of my pages aren't so easy because I put a lot of geometry into it to get the thick pockets and things. That comes with a little experience. Not always that, but it takes a little time. You don't necessarily have to have the experience, though it helps. But if you're good with math, you're good. but your mindset putting it together. So anyway, I took the little chip here, and again, if she wants to move these around, she can take them apart and use them the way she wants. This is just fillers. You know, I have a tag on this side that's double matted, and again, ladies, don't ask about the ribbon or twine or twill. It just didn't make any sense even to put eyelets on them because it's too thick, and if she doesn't use it, it's kind of a waste, and then it would catch, and it's something she'll pull up and down anyway off her shelf. I have pictures of her room. I keep telling her she needs a bigger room, but she's like, no, if I had a bigger room, I'd have more stuff, and she's trying to use all her stuff up. Of course, if you guys are paying attention, this is for my mom's 71st birthday. It was supposed to be for her 70th. So sadly, I didn't quite get them all done. I had 3 ready. But this is the reason why I'm kind of playing around and spoiling her, sending her a present every day. And I'm like 2 days behind. Well, I'm 2 behind because of the fact that today's Saturday and then tomorrow's Sunday, so she'll get a double up, so that's all right, she'll like that. But anyway, again, I have the sticker here, and it's a perfume bottle, and it's got little seed beads and sequins in it. It says dress up, and of course you guys know it's a shaker. Just again, a little details that I really enjoyed doing for my mom. Look at that, there's a sequence on it. It was stuck. See, now you can see the pretty little sequence. See? Anyway, so I guess there is a little twine on it. All right. So it says summer here. I love the shoe. Look at that. It's a shoe shaker. Shoe shaker. Little sequence on it, as you guys can see. Again, it says summer. It's June. Another one of the Tim Holtz clips. And I did not, they all flip down in, just so you guys know that. I just left them as is. They go down underneath because they are matted and with foam tape, and the foam tape is down at the bottom here. It's down here so that you can slide this underneath, but for the purposes of the video, I did not leave it like that. This is triple matted. Again, all of them are similar, but you know, they're different. I wanted to leave them as is, again, so that she has something to help hold it. This is a very elegant, if you can see that, very, very elegant. Let me see if I can pull this up and zoom it in. Very, very elegant, very thin lace. But again, I stretched it where it's tight, but not overly tight. So it's there. Again, this is just, the black is just a filler. If she wants to use it, she can use it. She wants to use it for scrap paper, she can use it. It's for her. She can do what she wants. But it's just the idea of her being able to do what she wants with it, because it is hers. By the way, ladies, she did finally get a chance to see the first one, and she went like nuts. She's like, oh my God. She goes, you know, you talk too much. And again, she said it to me again. I was like, Mom, come on. Now this is for you. And then she was like, I know you're going to sing to me. Yeah, I did. I did. This I need to put some glue on. Some of these stickers that I've had for so long. Just, wait a minute. I know what it is. Oh, yep. No, it's a sticker piece coming off the back. Look at that. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, this is a little heart. A lot of my stuff is old. Not old, but I've had them for so long. I have to fix that when I get off. Anyway, it's a little heart that goes on here. It matches the other ones. I'll fix it. No big deal. There's a seed bead. We're just going to keep finding them, aren't we, while I'm showing you. And I've talked it awful long for this, so I'm really trying not to. Then my husband would be like, you just like to talk. So again, this is one of those journal cards that I bought separately for Jim. Crap happens, and I tend to step in it a lot, don't I, ladies? All right. Well, anyway, there's an extra one. She can always take, and these are the bigger pockets down at the bottom, as I explained. And she can take a lot of these if she wants and put them all together in one of these pockets. It's totally up to her. Again, these are just fillers. I told her when I get home, if she doesn't want to use these cards in this manner, I'll make her, because I'm hoping to drive, that I'll take my machine and some stuff with me, and I'll make her a recipe book with this. So this is another one of the little ticket tags, and then I matted it, and again, I foam taped it so that you can take, and I'll show you this so you can see. You can slide this under so it holds. It's a whole hold mechanism. So going on to the very last page, of course, ladies, this again came out on the second sheet that comes with the stack, and it says, a tree that may in the summer wear a nest of robins in her hair. Really? A tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair. Now that would be my sister, right? My sister was always in my mom's hair. So anyway, this is let's read this one. What is one to say about June? The time is perfect, young summer, the fulfillment of the promise of the earlier months, and with as yet no sign to remind one that is fresh and young and beauty will ever fade. Gertrude Jekyll. Anybody know who the hell that is? And this must have been an old writer. I would hope it'd be a little better. Anyway, so, you know, I double matted some of these, and then what I did is glued the top and the bottom. Now, you guys, if you're watching, there's little details that I have showed you that are different in each one. And then again, I stretch out as much of the paper that is left over as possible that she can stick something down in there, kind of like a matchbook, but flip the other way where you can put matches in. So I also mentioned in the fact that of these books that I have these extra little paper clips. These paper clips either come on the side here or at the top. And this one happens to hold, if I can get it because it's sticking now, hopefully, another pocket piece. So this has like a double bookmarker look. She can use it as a bookmarker and hold a page. Again, it's just simple little stuff that I put together. I could have made it different. I could have done it different ways. But again, I mean, she can tell me if she wants something changed when I get there. It was just using some very quick pieces, giving her example on where things are not, she can put like this if she doesn't want to use a paper clip there. Again, these are just samples. It's of what she could do with it if she wants to use it that way. If she doesn't want to use it that way, that's fine. It's her choice. It's hers, you know. I mean, my mom's not extremely, you know, she's like me. She's not fancy. I'm very simple. But I can get very detailed like my mom. So anyway, so of course I have the sheet for pictures here, and then I took one of the chip frames, and then I left it here. I'm going to probably leave this one blank for her because the very first one in volume 1 I dedicated to her. And then again, this is the Teresa Collins pop dotted matted gold lettering, and in each page front and back at the dedication there's something like May is fun. I still love February's that said smitten, and hey for June, time to get out and party. So, and then that is that, and then here's the back. Let me go close it. There's the back, and this is June, and I happen to have a larger piece for June. That was that little piece of paper goes in that shaker. But that is my volume 3 for my mom. And if I'm boring you ladies, I'm sorry. If you're enjoying, please stick with me. I will start back on volume 4 on Monday. Tomorrow, this is Saturday the 27th. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing her birthday card, which is the 28th. Volume 4 will be the 29th. Volume 5 will be the 30th, and then I think there's 31 days. And then the 6th volume will be the last day of August. If you guys have any suggestions for the theme for August or September, let me know. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. I always try to do Universal. October is always my 31 Days of Spook. I've been doing that one for about 7 years that way. And I realize I have had Charming Custom Crafts for over 12 years. I had a website for years that was charmingcustomcrafts.com. I am still thinking about going back to that. The problem of it is I get too busy. I'm always doing stuff. If I lived near my best friend, we would totally set it all up and we would be able to do everything. But, you know, when you're the one doing everything, you know how it is, ladies. That's why I went more towards YouTube and Facebook, because I couldn't design the pages, and I can design. It's just I can't do it all. I'd love to. I can, but I don't have the time to do everything equally. So anyway, there is the 27th, and for my celebrating August month, CAM, and I'm looking for a theme for September. If anybody wants to shoot an idea at the bottom, always looking for people to help that would like to be highlighted on the Facebook page. You also get highlighted on Instagram. Your information, say if you got a YouTube account, a blog, Etsy store, as long as you're sharing a completed project, whether it's woodworking, metalworking, etching, calligraphy, I think it would be calligraphy. You guys get my drift. My page is not about paper crafting. I do a variety of things. It's just I'm behind. If you guys haven't heard the story of why I do this, you know, there's other videos that does explain why I do more paper crafting right now. But anyway, there you guys go. Enjoy the pictures. Thanks. And that's me applauding you, and I bow to you, ladies, for sticking with me. Love you. See you tomorrow.